Peace and it's Maisha, please. Woo! I know it's a day late, but we come to expect this now. But yesterday I saw the fifth wave, and this won't be a review on the fifth wave. This is honestly just about YA romances. Oh my goodness, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or because I've just read so many YAs to the point where I know the romance, but I'm getting so tired of YA romances. So people who don't know what YA stands for, YA stands for young adult. And I read a lot of YA movies, and I read a lot of novels, YA novels, young adult novels, and I typically see the movies as well. And like I said, I saw the fifth wave, and I also just finished this book that I read that's also in the YA genre. And they were okay. The only biggest fault, which is becoming a huge fault in a lot of the stories, are the romances. It just gets so annoying. It's like sometimes romances work, sometimes they don't. And typically in a YA novel, there's this big underlying problem that, could determine how the world is going either survive or die. Like this character's choices depend on a lot. Like essentially the fifth wave, most people know, even in the trailer she's trying to get to her brother because they got separated, right? But whoop-de-doo, out of nowhere, she finds a hot dude, and that just goes out the window. And this also pretty much happened in this book I'm reading. She meets this hot alien dude, boop, out the window. And I'm like, but weren't you just trying to escape this place, and now you fell in love with this hot alien dude, and now all your issues just seem to not matter anymore? Like, it gets so ridiculous. And then a lot of the times, the love triangles, these triangles, man, it's ridiculous. It's like the girl, these two guys want the girl. And it's like this one guy is either super desperate for the girl, or the other guy is pretty much just like, yeah, cool, that's life. Like you can hear Britney Spears song in the background, oops, I did it again, playing over and over every time you read these dang romances, man. It gets so annoying, because it's like, sometimes y'all don't need to have a romance. Sometimes it's just not necessary. And then a lot of times the character wants them to fall in love with the male character, but a lot of issues I've been finding is that the male character they want them to end up with typically they don't really have a good connection. And it's like the romance seems forced and rushed, and it seems really unrealistic. Like, I'm around the age group of the girls they write in the story, and if I'm searching for my brother, like at the fifth wave, I'm not gonna stop and try to kiss some dude. I'm gonna be like, I need to find my brother. If you're gonna help me, that's cool. If you're not, okay. Like, sometimes I feel like these romances should just be unnecessary, or if she's going to have a romance, have the romance be one-sided, and therefore the female character could kind of manipulate. I don't want to sound like a bad guy, but if the person that you're in love with has some special abilities, as typically happens in the YA books, they typically fall in love with the supernatural dude, then use that to your advantage, okay? Don't put your emotions in the way until after the problem's solved, maybe. Once y'all are pretty much chilling on the beach and don't have to worry about the world ending, then I could see you starting a romance. But that doesn't happen. And then I wouldn't be so upset about the romances if the romances didn't take away from the book. It's like the character is supposed to be on this mission. She finds a dude, and it's like the mission didn't matter anymore. And that doesn't make any sense. I know they're trying to fill in space or whatever, but the main focus, and like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or because I've just read a lot of these romances. Because when I was younger, I typically liked this. But now I'm just seeing how problematic it is to the story itself. And as a writer, it kind of annoys me. Of course, you're going to have romance in your story, especially if you're trying to come to a younger female audience, because I'm not going to lie, we typically like romance. But in doses, and when it's necessary. Like, if she being with this dude is going to take away from her finishing her mission, then please don't add it in there, or add it to the very end of the story. Or if you're going to add it, make it necessary to the plot. Like, it's important that they're together. And please, I beg you, let the characters build a connection, because it ends up being really forced and there's no connection. This was my issue with the Hunger Games. She ended up with PETA. Spoiler alert, she ends up with PETA. But I didn't really feel like she had a huge connection with PETA. Kind of like, this is the dude that she cares about and he's been there, so yeah, why not end up being with him? It wasn't like she actually had the affection for him, the love that requires to actually be in a relationship. It seemed more like, okay, we're friends and I'm comfortable with you, so yeah, we'll end up together, cool. Kind of like the story I was reading, she falls in love with the alien dude like immediately just because he's attractive. There's really nothing specifically that makes him lovable, and it doesn't make sense on how he fell in love with her, because it just seems like they're both attracted to each other's appearances, and he likes her because she's a human, and humans do things differently than their alien race, and it doesn't really seem like there's anything specifically that connects them. And it seemed like it would have been better if she was with the other character, but then the other character got really emotional, like he was all, oh my gosh, she doesn't love me, blah blah blah, she knocked me out with a ceramic dog. Anybody who's read this, I think anybody who knows what I'm talking about it, put in the comments if you know the book I'm talking about, I'm referring to. But yeah, she hits me out, knocks me out with the ceramic dog because she wants to avoid having sex with me. Oh my gosh, I'm heartbroken. Like, it's not that realistic. These romances, I know a lot of people could say, oh yeah, of course, they're not realistic, period. But that's not the point. Even if you know that it's not realistic, you need to make it seem realistic. You need them to build a connection, because if it's not there, it's kind of just like, oh, them again, really? Oh. And that's what I've been feeling a lot since I've been starting. The more I've been, and longer I've been reading these books, I'm just like, ugh, this romance again, ugh, okay, they're kissing, alright, they're about to have sex, can we just skip this part, can we skip this chapter because it's only about them, and I don't want that to happen. I love reading YA books. They're really entertaining, and they're very unique, in a sense, depending on, what genre you like. So, I'm not going to say let's end it, but can we kind of change how these romances are going? Because I'm so tired of saying, ugh. And like I said, as a writer, I don't want to hate on a writer's writing. And usually the writing's not bad. It's just, come on, let's be more realistic here. Because us 16, 17-year-old girls are not going to fall head over heels and just be like, yeah, sure, you're the love of my life, forget everything that I have been building my life on. That's just not realistic, and it's getting tiring because it's making us seem pretty weak. And like, we need the guy, and we need to be in love, but there's just nothing going to happen, and we're never going to succeed. And that's not the point of a heroine. Like, she's a heroine for a reason, so please don't let some forced attraction belittle her abilities to be a heroine, or at least make the romance realistic and more lovable, because oh my goodness, seriously, it's ridiculous. But that was my brief poo papa on how I feel about YA romances, because I don't know, I'm getting really tired of it. Really tired. Sorry. Don't shoot me, don't kill me. But this is Maisha, please. Peace out. Hopefully see you Saturday or maybe Sunday. And bye.